Welcome to your practice. This is slow flow. I tend to do this in the morning. It has a little kick to it today. It'll be about 45 minutes. If you have your kick in the evening, you'll practice later. But come to your yoga mat. Yoga mat just helps you from sliding. It's just a sticky mat, they call it. And I start sitting on a firm blanket. You can also do that, firm pillow. As you come to your center, your seat, your power spot, bring your hands onto your thighs and sit tall in the spine. Feel, as we close our eyes, your energy will habitually start to come into your body. And I can say breath, I can say heart, I can say spine. Beautiful. And then we'll start movement in our head, neck. Right ear, right shoulder. And then today we're looping around. So once you get your stretch over to the right, you'll let the head come around, loop around, and come up to the sky. So circle one. Do 2 more circles, feeling. And then what I'll say is pause. And then come around, loop around opposite direction. We hold curiosity in the neck, so we stay curious in life. And then head will float back up, and you'll again just feel the energy from the seat all the way up to the back of the neck spine, up into the skull. Extend your arms out to the side, right away into the nervous system, from the heart to the fingertips. Sometimes in class I'll say flutter your fingers, just so you are aware of your fingers. Turn your palms up, draw your thumbs back, stretch, 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 stretch. Sometimes my arms will go a little higher. Sometimes I'll take the arms a little lower. You'll hit a different part of your front deltoid into the pectoral. Then bring your arms around. You'll cross right over left. Sometimes I'll go low. Sometimes you'll see me wrapping my arms up. Today I'll go a little lower. And then round. So I'll push my ribs back and I'll round into self. Let the head hang in. Take 2 breaths. 1 breath. And you sit back up. Arms go back out to the side. Once you get out to the side, flip your palms up and then just carry the energy up and over your head. Strong push up, strong push down. And hands come back through the line of your spine, back to your heart. Pause. Good. Come on to hands and knees. Anything that's on your mat, whether it's a blanket or a strap or blocks, set them off to the side, making way for full use of your mat. Start to move your spine up and down. It looks a little bit like waves in the ocean, where you let the spine relax down, heart forward. You can have toes curled under or top feet laying flat, and then push up. Good, and that loosens up the spine. And then we do a gaze towards right hip, left hip, where you wag the tail, getting into left side, right side. Good, back to center. Sit whole spine back, think head, heart, seat, sits back towards feet, rest down and in. Thighs a little wider, allow the chest or the ribs to sit comfortably in the thigh. Always active in breath. 1 more breath. Slow rise back into tabletop, hands strong. Toes curl under. Knees lift up, down dog. The stronger you push into the hands, you can find that the heart goes back towards thighs. Easy in the elbows. Bend your knees, walk forward, top of the mat. Body folds. Back to the sky, hands over the head. So we push down, push up, and hands to the heart. Samastitihi. Good. Sun salute A's, 3 of them, and then we'll do 3 B's, which include the warrior 1 to warm up, wake up the body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Half lift. Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders back. Step back, plank. Knees down. Body down. Shoulders loop back, press down. Stretch up. There's a weight of the pelvis that stays down here. Back to ground. Push back. Down dog. Travel through tabletop if you need it. As I say quite often, yoga is for everybody, everybody's body. Modifiers modify. One more breath. Bend the knees, walk forward. Fold. Back up to the sky, hands overhead. Hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Half lift. Step back. Body lowers. Again, cobra. Elbows, wings tuck in. Back to ground. Push back. Down dog. You can walk it out. One heel pushes back, and then the other pushes back. Waking up that back calf, Achilles. Good, and then bend knees, walk in. Body folds, fluid, soft. Inhale back up to the sky, hands overhead, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold in. Half lift. Step back. Body lowers. Cobra or upward face. So a big push down can send your thighs off the ground. What's holding me up here? 2 hands and tops of both feet. And then you pull hips back. Down dog. Right leg foot, up and back, charge through the hands to the heel. Feel the weight of left heel, down, back. Foot lands, left leg up. One more breath. Foot down. Bend your knees, walk in, hop in. Fold. Back up to the sky, hands over the head, root to rise, hands to heart. Good. Sit your seat back like you're sitting down in a chair, a small chair that you're going to sit on. That activates the energy of top thigh. Heart is forward and arms go up. Fierce prayer. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Press to stand up, lift it. Exhale, fold in. Half lift. Step back, lower. You can put in a pause. And then down. Cobra or up face. Waking up, draw back, down dog. Right leg up. Momentum steps you through. Up to the sky. Back down to earth. Cobra or up face. Down dog. Left leg up. Step through. Back to earth. Cobra or up face. Down dog or child pose. Lots of space in our practice. One more breath. Child posers back into down dog, bend knees, walk forward, fold. Seat sits back, find that tuck. Lift yourself up and out of the legs. Press to stand, hands to heart. One more time, flow style. Inhale, sit back. Exhale, fold in. Half lift. Step back, lower. Cobra, up face, down dog. Right leg, momentum, touch the sky. Back to ground. Up face, down dog. Left side, step through, back to ground, up face, down dog. You can shift your weight over towards the left and over towards the right. Just a nice sensation, feeling of stretching. One more breath. Child posers back into down dog, bend knees, walk or hop forward. Fold in. Seat sits back. Last time, feel the weight of your feet, knees, hips down, and the body reaches up and out of that system. Press to stand up. Hands to your heart. Samastitihi. Good. Hands land on your hips. Rocking your feet. We practice yoga barefoot just to bring some natural life back into the feet. They're in shoes quite often. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Extend your arms out. Again, still feeling how your feet support your standing. Then bring your hands onto your hips. Lift your shoulders up. Roll your shoulders back. Push down into your front foot. And as much as you can, look up to the sky. The hips go slightly forward. Good. And then fold in halfway. Fingers touch ground, and then elbows bend to allow you to fold into so. It's a hanging first. It's a blood flow shift first, blood pressure. 3 more breaths. 2 breaths. 1 breath. And then let's activate a little more. So I've got myself up, propped up on blocks or on fingertips. We'll lunge out to the right side. The knee goes with the energy. Don't keep the knee in, but the knee goes out and you'll lunge. And then you get there and you push off and you land in your left hip, left foot. And you come up and you come to the right and up and to the left. One more time, up and over. Good. And up and over. Back to center. Hands come up to the hips. Body stands up. Good. Pause. And then open your foot to the back of your mat. Now I'm facing the camera, so it looks like I'm to the top of my mat. Walk your back foot back. Good. And feel the front thigh, femur bone parallels the ground. So that's the pose at its most. Take your arms out forward. Sometimes I'll gaze to the back hand just to make sure it's not out of sight. Let's play flow, so bring your right palm up and reach up towards sky. Eyes follow the hand, and then you'll take your forearm to the thigh. Eyes can follow the hand again or to the ground. Come back up. Feel like your seagrasses that are blowing. Good. Come back up and lean back in. Let's go 2 more times. You flow up and you stretch whole left side. So good. And I've got one more where I come up and then I land. 2, 3 breath here. You'll see my line from my hand to my foot is straight. My ribs are turned out to the side. Good. Come back into warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Good. And then glide. You'll see me just slide straight forward and land in your shin, high, medium, or low. For my body today, it feels good to go to the ankle. Hand up to the sky. Gaze can follow the thumb. Utthita Trikonasana. Feet balance, front side, back side. 2 more breath. I feel. 1 more breath. Good. Slowly come up, push through the foot. I told you it'd be a little spicy. If you want to add the arms going out, good. There's an ease in the knee so you're not hyperextending. Holding a beach ball. 1 more breath. Back into standing triangle. Good. Keep the arms afloat and slowly turn your left foot towards the top of the mat. Bend into the knee. I'll walk back foot back, parallel that front thigh. Arms out. Little habit until you know the arm settles in a good spot is to look back towards the right thumb. Playful, turn palm up, reach up and back, and then land in your forearm, right arm overhead. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, back up. And fold in. Always hitting that length. That's what that's all about. Inhale, back up. And extend long. 2 breaths. Skin lengthens. Veins, arteries, muscles. Come back into warrior 2. Quiet eyes, left fingers. Straighten the front leg. And glide out, slide out, reach forward. Land in your shin, always meeting the level of the first side. Today I'm turning my gaze up to the thumb, taking full advantage of the pose. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then that lovely little kicker where we came up about halfway. Use your spine, 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 spine. Once you have this perfect angle, send your arms forward as wide as a beach ball. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Come back into standing triangle. Good. Bend into your left knee. Windmill your body back down to the ground. Plank pose. Body lowers. Cobra or upward facing. Feel. Down dog, 1 stretch. Push heart back. Child pose, knees a little wider, resting the system down. Elbows come down. Forehead comes down. I like to say here, nesting, resting. Imagine a weighted blanket that I'll just lay over your back, over your spine, just like gravity. Gravity is that for you. It'll rest and lay on you to help you stay secure and into the earth. Five more breaths. One more breath. Slow rise, hands meet the mat first, hips lift up, last down dog. Anything goes, maybe a leg up, a bend of the knee, a rotate of the belly. Maybe you go wide-footed, wide-handed, edge of the mat. Experimenting, good place to do it. We're pretty warm in the body. Both feet back to the ground, step feet together, just for fun. Hop at least halfway in, maybe all the way up to your hands. Fold down. Inhale, back up, strong lift, hands overhead. Hands to your heart, Samasthiti. Good. And hands release by your side. Shake your arms out. Find a tree, any tree, a live plant. I've got a grasses here and orchid I can look at. Feel both feet on the ground. This pose is called Tadasana. Rotation of the right knee out to the side. I'll turn my back toward you for just a second. Right knee out to the side. Hands to the hips for grounding. Foot steps in. Good. Hands come to the heart center. For beginners, intermediate, you can stay here. If you start to find that the balance is settling down towards the ground, you can take your branches, arms, palm fronds up towards the sky. Two more breaths. One more breath. I've got a root to rise feel here. Two hands come together and slice right down through your midline, that space that never changes. Hands on hips, knee around to the front. I'm going to go for a pretty good charge forward with the leg today. The energy is up and forward. And then bend the knee and land back down into the ground. Of course it's hard. It's supposed to be a little hard. Feel your feet, left knee out to the side. Stable rib cage, foot steps up. Eyes aren't busy, they're quiet to the earth. Hands gather your energy into the center. That's what that's all about. Prayer is to just bring your energy in. Back to source. And then if you like it, arms go up, stretch up, push up. Feel tall like a tree. Silent like a tree. Alive like a tree. Good stuff. Hands come together. Slice, slide back to heart space. Hands land on hips. Bring the foot around. Pelvis is strong, grounded. Push your heel forward. One more breath. And foot lands on the earth. Good. Take a drink. We're not upside down again. So take a drink here is nice. Sit back down onto the earth. This is where I throw in meditation. I would call this a mini meditation. We might be here for a minute or two. It's not long. So that would be a mini meditation. I can do that. Turn down the volume if that's all you can do. Some teachers say, stop thinking. What if you just go to the buttons, the temples, and just turn down the volume? It's a little quieter in there. There's a sensation when you breathe through the nose. You feel the cool air come up through the nostril, down through the throat, and into the lung expansion. And then as you release, it comes back up through the throat and out through the nose. So if you feel that sensation, that's fantastic. If you need to feel your body breathing, hands can always land on your body. If I do hands on body, I'm always breathing into the lower hand, which creates more of a belly breath than an upper lung breath. If you need to count, you can kick in that I breathe in, 2, 3, 4. I let go, I breathe out, 2, 3, 4. I'm inhaling in, I'm exhaling out. I'm inhaling in, I'm exhaling out. I inhale, I exhale. Notice where you're holding tightness, a hardness in the body. Volume is still turned down. And that's probably enough. That's a mini meditation. It should just change the essence of who you are. You can see my eyes usually look different after meditation. Then you'll draw your legs in. Use your hands, always supporting yourself. Why not? And then I'll slide my blanket or cushion off to the side back. Good. Let's go core first. So lean back. There's a balancing spot between your sacrum and your seat bones. If you need to tether, tap your feet down. Notice how my spine leaned back. And then I like to press the arms forward. Flexed foot, shins neutral. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I land in the feet. I sit tall and I take a breath. Lean back, round 2. I'll go with the shins parallel, knees together, arms forward. Lean back as much as you need to. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land in the feet. Sit tall, spine like an antenna. Good. And last round, I'm spicing it up for myself. I'll go with the heels a little higher than the knees. I still have a light bend. Arms forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land first. Sit tall, shoulders back. Good. And then use your hands so you can get seat back if you need to, and legs forward. Good. Inhale, arms up. Whole spine shifts in 5, 10, 12 inches. Then meet your mat, meet your shins, meet your feet, and then start to settle down and into the pose. If your pose does not look like mine, you're working on your flexibility. You're getting more flexible. So allow a softness to settle into your hamstrings, your hips, instead of that hard tension of trying to get your flexibility today. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Sit back up, stretch back up, lift back up. I push down to stretch up, Then hands land back on thighs. Good. Step your right foot in, maybe foot up and across. Pull your left heel in. Sit back down. Modifiers are staying here. Right hand drops back as it pushes the left arm up. Come across, press, twist, wrench your spine. You'll notice that I'm not leaning back. My shoulders tend to be more balanced. Face turns back. I'm breathing, I'm not saying much, I'm enjoying the pose. Come back around to the center. You can push down, stretch up, and then bring your hand down. Let's bring feet together, knees wide. Hands wrap around the feet. Knees might be worn up by your armpit. Be where you be. Sit tall. It's not a rounding our back pose today. If you feel the call, lean in towards your center. Elbows could land to lean into the center. One more breath. I feel. Sit back up. Gather yourself back in, and we've got second side. Right leg forward. Left foot up and across. Right heel in. Sometimes I'll just say, get there first and settle in. Left arm back, right arm up. This is that antenna energy. And then bring the elbow across and press, twist. Balance the shoulders so you're not wearing one up higher than the other. Back elbow, left elbow can bend a little bit. Full face turns back. Eyes quiet. 4 more breath. 3 breath. 1 breath. Back around to the front. So I'm going to use that back hand to come back to center. Good. And then hand comes back down. So we'll still bring feet together out front, but we'll take it out away from the pelvis. So you take your feet out, so you can see that now my feet are out. I'm rounding my back on this one. I'm going to dive in. My hands will cup the shin, and I'll round in towards the feet. Walk back up, sit back up, gather your legs in. Awesome. And then take your seat forward and lay onto your back. I always land with knees together, feet wide, taking in just the idea that your bones are meeting the ground. Another place for space. Good, and then bring your feet back to center. Pull your right knee into your chest. Lift yourself up towards your knee. Let's play a little with core again. Again, that's spicy. So you'll press your left leg forward, the right knee is in. And then you just slowly push your right heel forward, left knee in. Pull back into your right knee, pull up. Left knee, pull up. 2 more each side. Pull in. Left side. One more time right. One more time left. Both knees into the chest. Pull your shins wide to the side. My hands, great tools, helpers there. Good. My feet stay flexed, so I'm active. And then rock a little side to side. So a really sweet, modified, happy baby. Blissful. Come back to center. Press your shins together. Send both feet straight up to the sky. If you work, you stand on your feet all day, not a bad idea to come into a place where your feet are up the wall, maybe on the end of a sofa or a chair. Point flex, make a few inches in between so you've got some space to rotate the feet. And then the feet land back on the earth. Good. Once they touch, knees go to the right, upper body to the left. Pause. And then knees up and over to the left, upper body softly stretching to the right. Two more breaths. And knees back into center. Any last posture pose, if you want to pull into a hip opener, you can do a little on each leg. If you like feet back up and over your head, you can go into plow pose. A light lift of the hips, back bend. Five breaths, still playing with your actions. Postures. Two more breaths. And one more breath. Feet land back on earth. Push your right heel forward. I've got carpet outside of my mat. You might have tile. So if tile, you keep your heel on your mat. I have the ability to just surrender out even into the carpet. My palms face up. I'm very presently laying on the ground. Every class ending in a gift of Shavasana. Eyes like liquid, soft back. Mind here can always soften back. Keep the volume turned down. Notice when your volume kicks up. We always have the ability to turn it back down. Here I also give breath back to the breather. For the rest of this day, I'll be breathed. I won't think much about it. Probably more about it as a yoga teacher than most, but I give it back to if it's morning, you'll follow me back out of this pose. If it's evening, you might just stay here for another 5 or 10 minutes. Feet step back on the mat. Body rolls out to right side. You can shift your hips, turn your shoulders, tuck your knees in to your chest. Arm can slide right underneath your head. And then using your system, your arms to push you back into sitting up. Lavender is a great calming oil. used in the evening. I put 2 drops on my wrist and then bring it to my neck. It's beautifully calming. You'll see it in a lot of ingredients that you're buying now. It's there for a reason. It is calming. Let me finish with a reading from the Tao Te Ching. We are born soft and supple. Dead, we are stiff and hard. Plants are born tender and pliant. Dead, they are brittle and dry. Thus, whoever is stiff and inflexible is a disciple of death. Whoever is soft and yielding is a disciple of life. The hard and stiff will be broken. That's easy to see. The soft and supple will prevail. So that's what we work on in this whole class, is to soften yourself even within these structures, these postures and poses. Hands together, heart center. Deep honor of this practice every day, every day. The light in me sees honors the light in you. Namaste.